Welcome to Mr. Tolly's class.
Hello and welcome to another explainer video from me, Mr. McCauley, as we're all learning to teach online. What we're going to be doing today is two things. One is how to use host controls in Google Meets to secure your meeting to avoid people being able to quickly access the meeting from outside the TDSB, or also basically anyone in general being able to jump into your meeting that shouldn't be there. The second thing we're going to do is show you really quickly how you can remove a participant from your meeting that should not be there, or let's say someone joined your meeting by accident and you just want to make sure that they move on and find the classroom they're supposed to be in today. So first things first, we're going to be looking at using host controls to disable what's called the quick access login for people getting into your meeting. I'm going to be doing this two ways. First, we're going to be looking at this here within Google Meets itself. Once you've launched the meeting, there's two ways to do this. And the second thing we're going to be doing is look at this inside Google Calendar where you schedule your meeting. Okay, first things first. In your meeting, as you see here, I want you to go to the bottom right-hand corner for the More Options hamburger and give that a click. Right away, you're going to click Settings, which is here at the bottom. Once you've clicked Settings, you're going to see three settings options: audio, video, and then host controls. Today, I want you to click host controls. Now, right here at the top, you're going to see the setting that you want to modify, quick access. Just to read out what it says is when you turn this off, the host must join first, which is a definite must. Only people invited by the host can join without asking, so they're going to have to ask you to get in. People can't join anonymously, and only the host can dial out of a meeting. Now, in terms of this, let's focus on the big three. You have to be there first. This avoids students from being able to jump into a meeting using the link you've provided without you, so that makes the meeting far safer. Next thing, if you've invited people to a meeting, they'll be able to get in automatically. But if someone tries to join your meeting instead of going to the class they're supposed to be in, you will then be required to approve their admittance into the room. And then thirdly, people can't join anonymously. So that means they can't create some dummy account or a burner account to jump into your room and enjoy the lovely learning that's going on, let's just say. So again, you will be able to prevent that. So what I want you to do now is click quick access turned off. Boom. And now what I always like to do is just confirm that it worked out. So back to the corner, more options, settings, host controls, and boom, now it's turned off. Now another way you can modify it here and click the shield, and right away you're going to see host controls. Boom, we've already deactivated it, so that's there. Okay, great. Now, the next way you can do this, and this is what I would recommend, is actually to do this inside Google Calendar when you're setting up your meeting. Now, I have another video that I'm going to provide the link to both in the description and here. You'll see it pop up on your screen. That in this video, it's showing you how you can actually set up a recurring meeting for Google Meets by using Calendar. So I highly advise you to watch that video, and also I advise you to take advantage of that feature. Now, when you set up a meeting, I'm just going to create an imaginary meeting here. I'm just going to highlight, open that up. I want you to click More Options. Once you click More Options, you're going to click Add Google Meet, and then right away you're going to see the settings gear. Hit that. Boom, quick access, turn that sucker off, same as you read already. Save. So here at this point where you're actually setting up the meeting initially, you're going to be able to prevent any of the silliness going on where people are joining the meet that aren't supposed to be there, and also it's going to prevent students from getting into the room before you. So again, I am going to provide you the link. You should see it popped up now on your screen. That's going to show you how to set up recurring meetings, and then while doing that, you can put in this function to avoid people from getting into the meeting or causing any other silly business. Okay, now for the second part of this video, we're going to be looking at how we're going to use host controls to remove a participant from your meeting that shouldn't be there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go from calendar back to the meeting. What I want you to do is look up in the top right-hand corner. You're going to see the two outlines of like bodies or avatars. Click on that. And here you're going to see the other people in the meeting. Now there's 2 of me because I've logged in as myself to the meeting just to illustrate this. But if you're teaching a class, you're going to have upwards of a number of people on the call in the mid-30s, and they're all going to be listed here. Now let's say there's a participant that was venturing around the internet and accidentally ended up in your class, and really didn't need to learn the science lesson. They're supposed to go to their math class right now. If they're not leaving on their own, you can actually have them removed automatically. What I want you to do is scroll next to their name, look for that More Actions hamburger, hit that, remove from meeting. Remove Ian McCauley from the call. Now, let's say this person was doing anything inappropriate during the call. Maybe they were really focused on certain aspects of the health lesson that weren't really appropriate at this point in time. What I want you to do is click this file review support and then click remove. I'm going to unclick that for purposes now because I don't want to get an angry email from Peter Singh or anyone else within the TDSB, so I'm going to unclick that. But again, if this person came into the meeting and behaved inappropriately, you can file that abuse report in the process of removing them. Now, once they have been removed, that should prevent them from being able to rejoin the meeting. Now, of course, it's really important to make sure if someone got into the meeting that shouldn't be there, if you haven't yet, go back into your host controls, view all controls, and make sure quick access is off. So that way, if that person tries to re-enter your meeting using perhaps a different email or different login or their parent's email, etc., they will not be able to get back without you allowing them in. Okay, great. I hope this video was super helpful and instructive and allowing you to create a safe space online to learn with your students. Well, that's all for me today. And like always, good luck teaching online.